Hello guys, welcome back to Public to Know segment on the design and effect. We continue our series on After Effects, and today we are going to learn about the toolbar. Okay, today our session is on toolbar. Okay, let's continue by creating a new composition here. Let me click on composition and give it a new name. New comp. Give a width 1920 pixels by height 1080 pixels. Pixel aspect ratio to be square pixels. We keep it as square pixels, and our frame rate is 29.97. Full resolution. We give the background color. The background color doesn't matter the color you give it to it. It will always render black unless you want to. If you want to give it a background color of your choice, you will create a new solid. We will talk about that one later. Okay, then we click on OK. Now it brings us here the new composition here. But today our focus is on the toolbar, this bar here. We're going to learn about the various tools here. We start with let's try to bring something on board. So let's pick a star here, then bring something here. Okay. Alright. So we have an object on our composition, so we can work with it. We start with a selection tool, and its shortcut is vein. As you can see, it is vein. So we click on the selection. The selection is basically we can hold then move. You can use it to select the object, and a very handy tool to move it around anywhere we want to move our object to. Okay, we want to move our object. We use this selection to move it along on our composition. The next tool is the hand tool. The hand tool is also a very handy tool, which you see our cursor turn into a hand. When you click on the object, you see it moves everything on the composition, basically everything on the composition. Okay, it's also a very handy tool. It is, at the moment you select the hand tool, it turns into a hand, then it basically moves everything on the composition. The next tool is the zoom. The zoom, it's as the name suggests, it zooms, so you can on your wheel, the middle scroll bar and the scroll wheel, it zooms. Okay, it zooms in and out of your object on the composition. It's a very simple tool to zoom in and out of the object on the composition. Our next tool is the rotation tool. But before that, there is a tool here which is called an anchor point. the anchor point tool, or the pan behind. Okay, let's select this, then place it in the middle of our object, I mean the star here. Then select our rotation toolbar, our rotation. If we try to rotate the object on our timeline, on our composition, you see it turns the object relative to the pan tool here, where the pan is found. So it turns it, relative to the wherever the pan tool is. So you see that it is turning in the middle of the star, of the object on our composition. If we want to rotate it on a different position, we can select it, then we move it to the point where we want to select it, or where we want to rotate it. We move it here from the middle, then we move it up to the point where we want to rotate it in relation. Okay, so when we select our rotation back and tool back, and we rotate it, you see it's rotating it in relation to wherever it is the anchor point is found. So at the moment it is, you see, it is giving us a ding dong rotation here. Very handy tool to make your animation. Very simple tool for your animation when you want to rotate it on such points. I hope you understand. The next tool is the anchor tool. I think you have already covered it, so you know what it does. Then this is our a rectangle tool. When you want to select this rectangle tool, has other tools inside. Okay, so if you want to select the rectangle tool, you click and hold, you click and hold, then it pops out this list of tools inside the rectangle tool. By default it is rectangle. You will see this rectangle tool here. So if you want to select the other tools inside it, you click and hold, you hold, then it pops up this list of other. So we have the round rectangle tool, the ellipse tool, the polygon tool also here, the star, which we are using on our timeline or our composition here. Okay, so if you want to select the round tool, you see the round is also here. If you want to select the ellipse, your ellipse is also here. If you want to select the polygon, your polygon is also here. Okay, so it is a very handy tool to select tools. Our next tool is the pen tool. This pen tool is also a very handy tool to draw an object on your composition. It's a very free handy tool to draw. So you click here, a very handy tool to click and to draw whatever object you want to draw on your. So you have the shape, you can basically move it, structure it, and draw anything you want to draw, move the way you want to draw it. You see, okay, okay, bring it, draw an object on your. Actually move this one here. Okay, so it's a very handy tool to draw an object on your composition. Let's next our next tool on the list is the text tool, this tool here, or what we call the type tool. Let's click on it and bring something on board. Okay, it helps us to put text on the composition. Basically, that's the work with the type tool or the text tool. It helps us to put text on the composition, so we can basically write anything we want on our composition. Okay, so if you want to write text on the composition, this is the tool that will help you to write text on the composition. And this basically are the properties of the text tool. So if you want to fill it with white color, you can come here, then put the white on any color you want to change your text to. Okay, if you want a stroke, then you can put the stroke. If you want to enlarge it, you can enlarge it here. Okay, make it large. Stretch, if you want to stretch it, you can also stretch it here. Okay, basically, if you want to align, you come to the paragraph 2. The align, you align it to the left, to the center, to the right, and the rest. These are basically common editing format or formatting tools you can use on a text. Okay, the rest of the tools are going to be covered as time goes on. We'll cover it as we start some projects on our composition. Okay, alright, so these are some of the tools or the toolbar tools we will cover on this session. Thank you. Subscribe and share, like, comment for more information. Thank you very much.